Good day everyone, my name is Elkan B. Makalala and for today's video we're going to talk about writing in the discipline. So in the context of academic instruction or WID for writing in the discipline, it is pedagogical approach that recognizes that writing is not a one-size-fits-all, but rather a specialized practice that changes depending on what you are studying. So, WID is an instructional strategy that focuses on teaching students the specific writing conversations, formats, and styles used by professionals in a particular field. Example, how nurses writes or how historian writes. Rationale, the why. Acquisition of discourse to help students join the conversation of their chosen field. Critical thinking, writing specifically for field focuses students to think like a practitioner or of the field. Professional readiness prepares students for actual documentation and communication tasks that will face in the near future careers. So, how writing functions differently across disciplines. Writing isn't just about grammar, it is about values of the subject. Here is how it functions differently across three major areas. So, the three major areas is the science or STEM, humanities, arts or literature, business or professional. Science or STEM focuses on writing objectivity, precision, and reproducibility focuses on data and facts. Common formats are lab reports, grant proposals, research abstracts. Humanities, arts, and literature, interpretation, argument, and nouns analysis focuses on voice and text. Common formats are critical essays, literary analysis, philosophical treatises. Business professionals, conciseness, persuasion, and action-oriented results, just like memos, business plans, executive summaries. So, course and expectation and assessment methods. In a WID heavy course, the expectation shifts from general writing to disciplinary writing. Course expectation in this is that genre awareness. So genre awareness, students are expected to identify a specific genre, types of document on their field. Citation mastery, learning the specific style guide of the field like APA for social studies, MLA for humanities, and IEEE for engineering. Audience adaptation, writing for a specific audience or writing a medical report for doctor versus a health pamphlet for a patient. So, assessment methods, how you are guided. This is how we are guided. First is the scaffolded assignments, breaking a large project into smaller parts, just like turning a bibliography first, then an outline, then draft. Second is peer review, evaluating classmates' work using the standards of profession. Next is rubrics, specific grading scales that reward disciplinary traits such as the use of technical terminology or the accuracy of data presentations. Next is the portfolios, a collection of writing samples showing growth in professional communication over the semester. So, to excel in academic writing, one must move beyond simple storytelling and adopt a structured evidence-based approach. Here are the foundations of academic writing. First is the structure of academic text. Every academic paper follows a logical sandwich structure to guide a reader through the argument. First, the introduction, the opening that provides context, defines the problem, and presents the thesis statement or the main argument. Example for this is an essay on climate change starting with global text, temperature statistics, and end with a claim that urban planning is a primary solution. Next is the body core, where the argument is developed through paragraphs. Each paragraph should start with a topic sentence. Example, a paragraph focusing on specifically on how green roofs reduce city heat. Conclusion, the final section that restates the thesis on light of the evidence provided and offers a final insights. Example for this is summarizing the effectiveness of urban planning or suggesting future policy changes. Unity and coherence. These elements ensures the paper feels like a single following idea rather than a list of random facts. So first is the unity. Every sentence and paragraph supports the main thesis. Coherence is ideas are connected logically so the reader never gets lost. Transition, words and paraphrases that act as bridge between ideas. Example is using furthermore and to add info, however, to show contrast, or consequently to show cause and effect. Next is formal and objective tone. Academic writing avoids emotional language and personal bias to remain professional. First is formal, avoiding slang, contractions or don't or can't, and casual phrasing. Objective is focusing on facts and evidence rather than personal feelings. For example, in informal, I think the results were super cool and totally prove my point. So it is informal. The academic or formal is the data indicates a significant correlation supporting the initial hypothesis. We can't say I think the results were super cool and totally prove my point in making a research. So next is the research process. This is a systematic method of gathering information to support your claims. So first is selecting and refining a topic, moving from broad idea to a specific researchable question. Example, changing pollution to broad. Changing the pollution is too bold to the impact of plastic microbeads on marine life in Manila Bay. It is a refined example in making a research title. So next is literature review, a review of what other scholars have already written about your topics to find gaps or support. Example is reading 10 different studies on marine biology to see what they are agree on regarding plastic. Next is evaluating source credibility, or just checking on a source is trustworthy using a CRAAT test. Accuracy, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. Example for this is choosing a peer-reviewed journal or credible over the personal blog or Wikipedia, not credible for formal citations. In academic writing, discipline-specific conventions are the spoken and unspoken rules that indicate how experts in different fields communicate. Mastering this ensures your writing is accepted and professional and credible within your specific area of study. First is analyzing discipline-specific case studies. Each field has unique DNA in its writing style based on what it values. For example, facts or interpretation. Humanities, just like literature and philosophy, focuses on interpretation and author voice. Example of this is a literary analysis of Noli Me Tangere, focuses on symbolism of Maria Clara. Science focuses on biology, physics focuses on objectivity, the scientific method, and data. Example is a lab report titled The Effects of Nitrogen Levels of the Growth Rate of Orza sativa. Social sciences, physics, psychology, and sociology focuses on human behavior and patterns using both data and theory. A case study is analyzing the impact of social media on the mental health of Filipino teenagers. Next is the specific citation styles. Citations can give credit to sources and help readers find their original work. The style used depends on the discipline. Just like the APA format that we always use, the American Psychological Association, used in social studies and education, emphasizes the date of the research, just like Rizal 1887. MLA, or Modern Language Association, used in humanities and literature, emphasizes the page number, just like Rizal 124. The 124 over there is the page number. Or the Chicago Turabian, used in history and business, often uses footnotes of the bottom of the page, just like Jose Rizal Nole Metangere Burden, 1887, page 45. Next is the data analysis and presentation. In technical fields, writing is often supplemented by visuals to make complex data easier to understand. The process of cleaning, transforming, and modeling data to discover useful information. Example, using a pie chart to show the budget description of a project, or a scatter plot to show the correlation between study hours and exam scores. Next is the writing revision strategies. Writing in a process, not a one-time event. This strategy helps polish the final output, outlining the organizing, creating a skeletal framework of your paper before writing. A Roman numerical outline like 1, 2, 3, listing the main arguments and subpoints. Next is peer review. Having a classmate or colleagues read your work to provide constructive criticism. Example is a teammate suggesting that your introduction needs a clear thesis statement. Grammar mastery. Here, we are going to fix technical errors that distract the readers, such as fragments, incomplete thoughts because he laughed, run-ons, two sentences joined without punctuations. The sun is hot, it is bright. It is two sentences joined without punctuation. There's no punctuation used. Subject-verb agreement, matching the subject with the correct verb form. The student studies daily. The student studied daily. So here is the reference if you want to further read about this topic. And that's all. Thank you.
Goodbye.